C2 Wrestling Podcast, the Four Horsemen for this episode. We got CTD, we got the honorary Usalik, we got RC Ryan, and we got the snowman himself, Snowden. It's SummerSlam weekend. We've got predictions to do, but most importantly, we're going for the C2 Wrestling Championship, the inaugural Predictions Championship. So subscribe. If not, you're a coward because we will have this title defended every single PLE. Six of us. I will be providing Kevin and Pat's picks throughout this podcast. Six of us going for the championship. From here on out, it will be on the line. Multiple matches, one-on-ones, fatal four-ways, triple threats, you name it. But none of that can happen before we find out how everybody is doing. Ryan, I feel like we never start with you, so we'll start with you. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I'm ready for SummerSlam. I'm in SummerSlam mode. I can't remember the last time I've been this excited for a wrestling event. I can't remember the last time I've been this excited. I can't wait. It's going to be a goodie. It's going to be a goodie. Alec, how we doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm very excited for this weekend. I have some high expectations regarding this weekend, and they've been growing throughout the day. I watched, a lot of the WWE Unreal on Netflix, and it was really getting me pumped. I was like, "Oh yeah!" I was going through ideas in my head, so I can't wait to start talking about it during this episode. How
Uh,
about you, Snowden?
SummerSlam coming up. It's looking pretty good, if you ask me, especially off the back of the last few months of wrestling not being that great, right? WrestleMania 41 onward has been a little bit of a downfall. SummerSlam itself has only been really booked within 2 to 3 weeks, too, which typically I would not be a fan of. But I feel like they've done their due diligence with this 2 to 3 week booking of this PLE. I think it's shaped up pretty well.
This is like the prime example of like they'll just always have me. Even when it's not good, like they'll
Mhm.
always have me. 2 weeks ago, I was more annoyed. And I was like, look, oh, this is good, but God, I wish there was more time. Like Punk Gunther, for instance, perfect example. I wish there was 4 to 5 weeks of promos between those two.
Mhm.
We're like 2 days away from that match. I'm salivating. I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
rewatching their two segments. I'm
Oh, yeah.
watching old matches. You name it. Like, I'm hook, line, and sinker. I'm just ready to go. Like, it is. I thought I was going to be a little bit more upset. This SummerSlam card itself, even though some of it feels a bit thrown together,
Mhm.
it's a pretty good card. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Mhm.
we call spades spades. Mania 41, we were excited for, but we had our worries and our worries shined through. I don't have those same worries with this. I actually have like way more confidence with this card.
I kind of firmly believe in Triple H and the crew still running the show. Maybe Mania 41 wasn't what we expected it to be or wanted it to be, but I think they realize it wasn't great, so they have to deliver this time around, and I think they're going to.
Yeah, before we get into predictions, because we're predicting all of Saturday, all of Sunday, and we've got some tiebreakers. We're gonna decide a C2 wrestling champion. I'm gonna ask you guys a question that isn't going to be something that can be one correct answer. What do you guys think will be the best match of the weekend? Because there's some compelling options, and I think for different reasons, one match might be better than the other. So I'm interested what route each one of you go. Alec, we'll start with you.
Oof. Oh man. I'm gonna go out the win here. I'm gonna go AJ versus Dominic. I think those two are gonna put a hell of a match together. And this feud has been pretty fun to watch. We've been talking about it the last couple of episodes as well. I'm very excited to see, AJ Styles back in the ring again. But Dominic has really improved in the ring just throughout the last couple months. And I'm very excited to see what those two together can really put on a match. There's a lot of matches on this card that I could really go for like 50-50 with. So, but I'm just going to go out the whim and just say it. And I'm just going to stick with that answer.
I think
I
that's a solid choice.
Oh,
Go
it's
ahead.
funny, but you said that. You said Dominic, and that was the first one in my head. But I'm gonna pick another one. I'm gonna pick another one. I think we're gonna walk away from this weekend. It seems like an obvious answer, but I really, really want them to hit a home run with Cena and Cody this time. I think they have it. I think they've got it all lined up. I think they can do it. And also, there's another obvious answer. That inclusion of this TLC match is going to go crazy. This TLC match is going to go. This is going to go crazy, super crazy. No, seriously, this is going to go crazy. So, I mean, obvious answers, but they look great.
Yeah, my answer is probably the most obvious of them all. I don't think Gunther's had a bad match in his life.
Yep.
CM Punk has been putting on 5-star classics since the guy came back to WWE. Truly, what match has CM Punk been in that hasn't been an all-time CM Punk match since he's returned? AJ Styles, Dom. AJ Styles has stolen the show many times. We were there at WrestleMania 33 when he put on the best match, which on paper was maybe the worst match on the card, So it can definitely happen. The TLC. Everybody loves a good TLC. I'm a little worried it's a little too crowded. I love that every tag team that should be involved is involved. It's a lot of teams, though. There's a lot of people on that match. That's the most people ever in a ladder match, maybe. I don't know the head count on Mania 40's ladder match, but a lot of people in that match. But I got to go. CM Punk Gunther steals the show.
I think the TLC match is going to be the most fun match. I wouldn't put it as going to be the best match. Yeah. I do agree with Punk Gunther. So I'm actually going to kind of cheat a little bit. What I think is going to be the second best match. This is not going to be widespread amongst the panel. I already know this. I really do think Lyra Becky is going to be like the. I think.
All right, man. I'm going to see you guys.
I don't know what it is. And look, Ryan, I know. I have been saving to keep spending in Lyra stock. I am buying so much Lyra stock, dude. Mm-hmm. Dude, Lyra's got me hook, line, and sinker. I think that match, I think Punk Gunther is the match of the weekend. Mm-hmm. I think that's like the sneaky match. I don't know what it is. I know you hate Becky. I know everyone's got their gripes. I have some odd feeling that it's going to be a good match.
I hear what you're saying, and I do think that match is going to get a lot of time to make it done right as well. I've been buying into the Lyra stock as well. Even when Lyra debuted, and we're on record saying it was a little bland. They weren't giving Lyra a whole lot, but she's always been good. She's always been great. And now they've given her some space to be better. I think a couple of us are on the boat that Becky has really never been that great in some of our opinions. So I don't know if I'm going to put it second, but I get where you're going.
Dude, I think it's going to be good. I think the biggest thing, it's going to get time.
It's going to get time. It's 20 minute plus. Yeah,
it's no DQ. Yeah,
I forgot about that. Becky does suck though. Becky really is bad. I don't even think Becky's like the worst wrestler, especially when it comes to the women. I don't know. The women are pretty good now. You know what I mean, though. In comparison,
heavily improved.
Exactly in comparison. Yeah, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, Becky is not the worst women's wrestler of all time. And she's not even close, really. She's not even close. She leans towards being good. Lyra's good too. I don't know. That could be good. I'll listen to how the crowd sounds during that because I'll be in the bathroom.
Well, you can't do that too much because sometimes it's like, this is awesome chant 5 minutes in. It's like, let's.
No, you ain't kidding, man.
So I wouldn't go that route. Definitely use your eyes. And
you know what? I'll let them judge it for me. Don't worry. I'll let them watch that
one. All right. And Kevin just texted me. He said he thinks Becky's going to steal the show. That's a scoop. So we'll get things going Saturday. Decent card. Sunday's obviously Sunday's got all of the stipulation matches and it's all title matches. So they really heftied up Sunday, but at the same time to combat that, you have Punk Gunther, you have Roman Reigns, you put Randy Orton on there. I know the match itself isn't great, but they at least put some value on Saturday. We'll start things off though with the WWE Women's Championship. It's Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. I'll go first on this one. I'd be quite surprised if Jade doesn't win, just in the matter of I can see the long term plan with Jade. If Tiffany wins and it's not just she's eventually going to still drop it to Jade, I have no idea what Tiffany is doing in the near future. So I'm going Jade.
You know, I have maybe a bold take on this one where I do completely agree. It would be kind of wild if Tiffany were to win, but there is a world where Bianca potentially screws Jade, and maybe that's the feud they go into next. Is Bianca and Jade kind of feuding? Is Jade beating Tiffany at SummerSlam bigger than, say, Bianca taking the title off Tiffany and then Jade beating Bianca for the championship? I think there's an avenue there. It seems very bold to take Tiffany, but fuck it. I'm going to take Tiffany.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jade here. I think they're going to cash in now. It's just hard. I mean, that is a good scenario, Snowden. You almost got me there. I almost changed my answer there. But it is a good situation in regards. I think they gotta go while it's hot, like, because I don't see it another moment where you could have Tiffany retain and then Jade go for the title again, unless it's like a funky finish. But Tiffany is not that. She doesn't have history of like weird finishes like that in a match. So I could see just Jade just winning clean, hitting a finisher, and just very simple like that. So I'm going to go with Jade here.
I don't know why my gut feeling says that Tiffany was gonna win. I don't know why. Like I don't, but I don't know who she would feud with next. That's what leads me to like want to pick Jade because I don't really know who would be next for Tiffany. I don't know why. Like my brain sees Charlotte beating Tiffany for the title eventually. I don't know why, even though they already did that. Like I don't. I feel like they'll run that back and Charlotte's gonna beat her. But I'm gonna go with Jade. I'm gonna go with Jade though.
Pat and Kevin are split. Pat is going with Jade. Kevin is going with Tiffy. So we have some mixed picks there. And I think we're going to get some mixed picks on some other matches, but probably not this next one. Probably the one, Ryan, I know you want to rant about a few things. I think we may all join in a rant on the tag team match of Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew
Oh jeez.
McIntyre and Logan Paul. If Drew McIntyre makes it, this is releasing on Thursday, the day before SmackDown, so we do not have the luxury of knowing if McIntyre is even back. Piece of me thinks that video was just a complete swerve. I'm pretty confident Drew will be there. Who knows? Maybe on SmackDown we find out he's not there and it's The Miz now or some nonsense. Either way, I'm taking Randy Orton and Jelly Roll, and I don't care what anyone says. There is nothing they can do unless Jelly Roll hits a fucking Phoenix splash. I don't give a fuck, and I'm mad this is
Jelly
happening.
salt, jelly salt, jelly salt.
I'm going with Orton Jelly Roll. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm going to follow it up with Orton and Jelly Roll. I don't think there's any comeback sequence, clothesline this, body splash that Jelly Roll can do that's going to really keep me entertained outside of the jelly salt. That would be the only thing that maybe pops me for Jelly Roll.
Oh, jelly salt,
You know,
jelly salt.
if hopefully Drew's there, I expect Drew to be there. If not, I don't know who replaces him. I saw some rumors about the Miz and whatnot. I think Carmelo would be a good name to maybe fill in that slot if need be. But Logan seems like he takes the inevitable pinfall here. It's whatever to me. There was always going to be celebrity involvement. I hate that. I don't want to say I hate, but I'm not a fan of it being Orton and Drew tied up in the celebrity involvement. That's the biggest downfall of it, in my opinion. But also, I guess that makes it more entertaining than if it was just straight up like Jelly Roll versus Logan. I think I would hate that more. So it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, I'm truly upset that we're not getting like a Drew Orton at SummerSlam. As soon as Drew came back, I was like, I remember I texted Chris and I was like, let's book this for SummerSlam and let's just make this like a 7 week feud. They could do it easily. But then once I saw Jelly Roll involved, I was like, oh man, like my excitement went down real bad. So, I mean, it's very obvious. I think it's going to be Orton Jelly Roll. Might be a bathroom match for me. So yeah, on to the next.
As soon as I saw Jelly Roll, oh man, that's true though. I think it's so funny. We know my history with Drew. I think it's just so fitting that he ends up in a match with Jelly Roll. It's so good to me. It feels so good. I'm like, after all this time, that's where you end up, and you might not even make the match. No, I'm kidding. I honestly, I got to give Jelly Roll credit though. He's been putting in the work, seemingly, or at least talking like he's putting in the work. So like, if he comes out put on a stinker, it's gonna be like, bro, you talked a lot of smack.
Let me cut you off there because I've seen that where people are like, hey, Jelly Roll's putting in the work, he's training, he's there, he's taking it serious. Since when is that like the standard? Yeah, he's coming in to do a fucking match. That's my expectation. I'm not giving you credit for training every day to perform at the second or third biggest fucking PLE of the year. Like, I'm not going to reward you for doing essentially what I consider the bare minimum for your spot on the show. Like, look, I have no personal ill will against Jelly Roll. From everything I see, it seems like a great guy. He seems pretty well liked. But like this Travis Scott saga was the perfect time for Jelly Roll because it put the bar so low for fans, so low Sakawa. It put it so low for fans that you quickly forget like Bad Bunny and as much as people hated him, but McAfee when he was wrestling and Logan when he first started. Travis Scott plummeted that bar, and now people are just like, oh, well, he's training. Well, I'd fucking hope so. He's got a match in 2 days. I hope he's been training.
You know what's
congrats.
it's crazy about Jelly Roll too, because like you named all those people. Like Jelly Roll, I'm not even trying to shit on my man. Like I don't even hate Jelly Roll like that. But like you named Bad Bunny and like Jelly Roll's a fat fuck in comparison. Like let's just be honest. Like Jelly Roll's huge in comparison. Like it's like I'm a little more. I'm like, damn, Jelly Roll, he's getting ready for WWE. Whereas Bad Bunny, it's like, oh, okay, I could see that 1 + 1 = 2. Jelly Roll, WWE does not fit the equation.
It's hilarious that you say that. Honestly, I was gonna back up Chris's sentiment that to me, like that's the standard. Like you train every day if you're gonna get into the ring for sure. I will give Jelly Roll the credit in the sense that out of all the celebrities that have come into WWE, it does seem like he wants it. So I'll give him a little bit of credit there. And I'll give him credit on the weight loss. He did lose a bit of weight to even get in potential condition for this match. So credit there. He didn't have to lose the weight to have the match. They could have had him run around like Big Daddy V style, but he took the ability to lose the weight and actually have a match.
Dude, Big Jelly V would have been incredible. Oh, bro.
Big Jelly V.
Oh man!
Did you make a pick? Kevin and Pat have Orton and Jelly Roll.
Yeah, I don't see a world where Jelly Roll loses, but that would be hilarious if Jelly Roll ends up getting pinned the whole time. Yeah, it doesn't work for me, brother. It doesn't work for me.
That I would respect if like Logan just knocked him out and he pinned him.
That would actually be so fire. That would be so cool.
That leads to another match if that happens, though.
But like Jelly the viral clip of Logan Paul knocking out Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
Like I see the vision.
It will happen. That's going to happen in the match. But then Orton's going to RKO Logan or something, Yeah.
True. You're right. I was thinking that has to be the finish. You're right. It doesn't need to be the finish.
Yeah. Well, we'll move on from that tag match to another tag match. The women's tag titles. The Judgment Day versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, the newfound big-time babyface tag team of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Quite interesting because on paper, I actually see this match 50-50 because I so easily can see the future for both of them. If you gave me some inside info on how far away we are with Liv Morgan, it makes this pick easier. But we don't have that fortune. So, Snowden, starting with you, do you think the Judgment Day retain and what we've been hypothesizing continues? Or do we get a little tag title run of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss?
So let me start by saying that this is next to Jelly Roll's match. This is the match I care the least about. This one just is not quite doing it for me. I'm not buying into the Alexa Bliss Charlotte tag team. It's such a universe mode. tag team to me. Like the whole women's tag division has pretty much always been. I would like to see Roxanne and Raquel retain. They are at least established as a tag team. I do think we could be getting an eventual Liv Morgan return. So we could be getting an eventual Judgment Day downfall. Maybe Dom goes on to lose at SummerSlam. Maybe the women lose the tag titles as well. And then Finn and JD are the only champions left in Judgment Day. What do you do if you put the titles on Charlotte and Alexa, though? Like, I don't really see what's next for them either. I'm going to go with Roxanne and Raquel in hopes that they retain and they're still involving the tag titles in Liv's return. I think there's a story for when Liv comes back for them to use some sort of free bird rule, but there's still kind of that tension between everybody involved.
Yeah, I'm going to go the opposite here. I think they're going to go
The way you said that, Alex.
Fuck everything you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with Alexa and Charlotte here. I think that the storyline that we could also get, like vice versa, what Snowden said, I could see that aside. Like, I do see 50-50 here. I wouldn't be surprised whoever wins here. But I could see the storyline in regards of like them losing the titles and then Liv Morgan coming back and be like, what the heck? And you weren't even supposed to be in my place type of thing. So I could see that like really causing turmoil between Judgment Day. Um, but I think this tag team has worked with Alexa and Charlotte. Not really excited about this match. I think it's gonna be, I think this will probably be a quicker match of the night. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep it simple here. Just go with Charlotte and Alexa.
I I think Charlotte and Alexa are going to win, but I think it's going to be a short title reign. I think this
Yep.
is going to be the Judgment Day win it back in a couple
Mhm.
weeks. Like, I think it's going to be the story that Snowden that we've talked about plenty. Like, I think we're going to still get some version of that story, but I think if Liv isn't back for 2, 3 more months, the easiest way to kill time is they drop the titles again and then win them back by cheating some
Yep.
aspect or whatever. I don't expect Flair and Bliss to be a tag team for the next year.
No.
Mhm.
I expect them to ride the hot hand a little bit, get this big moment, get them up a bit to where people really buy in. I know Snowden, you're not, but some people continue to buy in, and then you split them up and you set up this feud between them. Some people actually get more invested into that story, and that becomes a more solidified story that isn't for a title. So I'm going with Flair and Bliss, but if this were like you had to pick who the champion's going to be in 2 months, I would pick the Judgment Day.
That's like Chris, exactly how you said it, bro. That was exactly how at least I think it could play out. So I'm also going with Charlotte and Bliss. Not a long title run, but honestly, I like the team. It's random, but like I like it. It works for me. It I feel like it's I don't know. I like the way they set it up first, where Alexa was like, "Nah, you need me, Charlotte." And Charlotte was hesitant at first, and then she saved her in the evolution. Like I thought that was a cool moment. I thought that was cool. Like I don't see them holding the titles forever if they do win it. Literally, pretty much exactly how you said it, Chris. That's how I see it going down.
Yeah, I think random pairings too, like not all random pairings work and not all random pairings don't work. I think like one of the most random comparisons is I never liked Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura. I always felt it was a random pairing and it was so awkward. But what might be even more random is Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura, and that was fantastic and that worked great. So, am I going to like stamp that this Alexa Charlotte pairing is like their greatest pairing ever? No, it's obviously still early on, but I think there's actually this is one of those random pairings that some people are actually getting behind, which I kind of am surprised, especially given a lot of people just were really shitting on Charlotte, and now we've kind of turned a new leaf with Charlotte. Now Kevin does have the Judgment Day retaining, while Pat has Charlotte and Alexa Bliss winning the tag title. So bit of a division amongst us all. We'll move on though. As I mentioned, Sami Zayn He will not be with Shinsuke Nakamura. Who knows? Maybe Shinsuke returns here. He takes on Karrion Kross in what is essentially the trilogy. Today, Junior, the trilogy. We get the match. Essentially, it is if Sami Zayn loses, he has to admit that Kross was right and he's a liar and he's a fraud, whatever. If Zayn wins, Kross has to admit it. I've seen some theories being floated around, some Austin theories. As I mentioned with the Liv Morgan, this might be one of those similar things where if I had more insight on Karrion Kross's contract, if I know he's re-signed, I might lean more towards him. I'm going off of what I've been told that he still isn't re-signed. Granted, I don't think he leaves, but if there's still that chance, I would imagine Sami Zayn wins here and finishes this off and goes on to whatever's next for him. It feels like a toss-up. I feel like I'm just kind of playing it safe, going with Zayn, so I'll go with Zayn.
That's a bit surprising to me. I'm going to be honest. I thought this was going to be Karrion Kross strong. I'm going to go hard on the Karrion Kross pick. Is he signed? Who knows? Is he going to sign? Who knows? I would be surprised if he doesn't. I would be surprised that they would even have him in this capacity if he was in debate of signing again. You know, I feel like they would have and could have just done something else with Sami Zayn if Karrion Kross was potentially not going to come back. I think they've put a lot of kind of their money on Karrion Kross in the last few months, and to Karrion's credit, he kind of did it himself and got himself in this spot. But I think they're going to go through with what the fans want, and they're going to start giving Karrion a little bit of a push here. I'm going Karrion Kross.
All right. Oh man, this one's really tough for me because I could really go 50-50 here in regards between both of them. This is a feud that I've talked about the last couple weeks that I love, and I wanted this match at SummerSlam for the third match. So I'm happy that they were able to get it on because it made sense. This is a match that made sense to put in the card a week ago. Man, this is tough. I'm going to go with my original gut. I'm not going to change my mind. I'm going to stick with Karrion Kross. I think this is the moment that he's going to get that big pop in front of the crowd, and it might be a very dirty win in some way. And in regards of just getting, him to for Sami to finally admit. But yeah, I'm going to go with Karrion here. I think he's going to win pretty this could be almost a match of the night too. I'm gonna put it out there too. This could also be a match of the night match right
Not
here.
to Twitter. They'll say it's the fucking worst match.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing with Twitter, bro. It's impossible for Kross to do anything good, bro.
Yeah.
He can't do
insane.
anything good. He
doesn't bump.
He doesn't bump. The wrestler does not take bumps. Like, it's just like, that's the crazy. Anyway.
Crazy.
Honestly, I feel like it's like this is an interesting match for both of them because if Sami were to win, I honestly feel like it's a complete waste of time for everybody involved because they've been kind of like teasing a Sami having a different layer to him, going a different path, like maybe not turning heel, but like experimenting with it a little. Like they even teased him going with the Heyman group for a little bit before Reed was around. They teased that being a thing. And with Kross, I feel like if he loses, unless his contract's done, what a complete waste of time. Like if he re-signed and he still loses, I don't know. I feel like the only answer is to have Kross win for both parties, unless Kross isn't signed. So I'm going to go with Kross in the hopes that he re-signs, even though I kind of think Kross is a fraud. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know. I kind of think Kross is a fraud. I don't even think these people like Kross that much. Like, I know that we all see the good in Kross, but I don't believe the fans that are saying push Karrion Kross. I don't think they're buying his shirts. I don't think he's number one on WWE Shop. That's all a lie to me. I've never seen it.
They weren't around in the TNA days. I was there. I was cheering on Killer Kross.
They weren't even around in the NXT days.
No, they weren't.
No.
They're liars.
Yeah.
Oh, I was watching him on Lucha Underground back in the day. All right, I've been watching Killer Kross for a minute now. I will back up the Killer Kross pick with this point as well. I still have Sami Zayn slotted to win this Rumble in Saudi. You can lose every single match. If you win the Rumble and go to win the title, null and void on all those losses. Sami can lose every match until the Rumble, and he's A-OK. Karrion Kross, he loses this match, as Ryan said, it's all for nothing.
Yep.
The other boys' picks, Kevin has Karrion Kross winning. Pat has Sami Zayn winning. We'll go to the co-main event, the tag team match, or the assumed co-main event, I should say. There's no confirmation as of recording on what the main event is. We're going off the thumbnails. We're going off of the expected lineup. Co-main event, tag team, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso against the Brons, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. This past Monday, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed took a next step. And to me, I'm going to pick Roman and Jey because it was my original pick, and I wasn't going to let what happened on Monday deter me. I wasn't going to buy into the go-home show. But they made Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed look so good that, like you were saying, Ryan, it's all a waste with Kross. If they look that good and they just straight up lose, I know it's to Roman and Jey, and there's no harm in that. And these are two of literally the biggest stars in the company. And one of them is Roman Reigns, arguably the star of the company. But man, it's like, to me, it's like kicking a field goal at the 1 yard line. Go for it. Go for it. Roman and Jey will be just fine losing here. They can cheat and lose. Like, I would, if I had the choice, I would have Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed win in whatever fashion. I'm going to pick Roman and Jey, though. I just don't think they'll end up pulling the trigger right now, even though they should.
That's very interesting, actually. This is another one I thought we would all kind of be strong on. And I understand it's Roman and Jey. You know, it's hard to pick against Roman Reigns. But I feel like Jey is the fall guy here, you know, just like Bronson Reed could be in a way. Braun Breaker ain't taking a pin. Roman ain't taking a pin quite yet. I think Jey takes the pin here. I think they are booking Braun and Bronson pretty strong. I think this is regardless all kind of just building towards the potential war games. You know, who knows where Seth is at, but I can totally see, you know, Roman and Jey teaming back up with Sami and Jimmy, and maybe you throw Fatu in there versus Solo, Bronson, Braun, whatever combination of guys. I think Roman and Jey win, it's kind of like done in a way. You know, it's hard to kind of move on to that next step. Where Braun and Bronson win, I think there's more avenues there to continue the path of this feud. Again, we don't know what the deal is with Seth, though, right now. So he is a big question mark in all of it. But I think they're booking Braun and Bronson as the next big things. I'm going with Braun and Bronson.
Yeah, I'm gonna go same here. Braun and Bronson here. I totally changed after this episode of Raw this past week. The way they had the way everything went down. They didn't just have like one tsunami, one spear. It was a straight beatdown. And I know maybe it was trying to build them up, you know, for SummerSlam to have some meaning behind it. But I think they have a bigger picture, bigger plans. And like Snowden said, like, yeah, let's say Roman and Jey wins, but what happens after that? Like what happens? And then there's rumors going. I mean, there's rumors going around that Roman's going to be away after SummerSlam. So then what? They win, and then Roman disappears for a little bit, and then Bronson and Braun just take the pin, and then what? Like this group wouldn't be able to take it seriously, especially now Seth being gone. Um, yeah, no, I think they really got to ride with this one out and pull the trigger on this, like you said, Chris, and go with it. And because in the beginning I was like, oh, this is just so obvious. It's gonna be Roman Jey. But after this past Monday, I was like, I think they're gonna do it. And I think they're gonna trick us because it's the old wrestling way. Is like, oh, whoever gets beat down right before the put away show, it's always the opposite. It's majority of the time. But I think they're gonna do the opposite this time and do it right and give both Brons the proper win.
Ryan, before you go, I'll give Kevin and Pat's pick so you can gather your final thoughts. Kevin agrees with you guys, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. But Pat has Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, similar to myself. I think Pat is in the same boat as me, just in the fact, and this has bit me in the past, and I'm out here saying like I want Bronson and Braun to win. Roman losing to Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed is one of those like I will have to see it to believe it. And like someone put out a tweet and it was quite funny and it was quite true. It's obvious when Roman like cares about someone, he was trying his best to make Braun Breaker look like $1 trillion and make Bronson Reed look like $1 trillion. He was trying so hard where I was like, Roman would probably eat a pin to one of these guys with how much he clearly is investing in this story and these guys. But I need to see it to believe it. And until I see it, I'm gonna pick Roman and Jay.
I don't know, man. It's literally a toss up, bro. That's what's so crazy. It really does feel like a toss up. I do think if Roman is losing, the match is going to main event because that's huge. It's a big deal, and I think they'll want to end the show with Bronson and Braun standing over Roman.
That's a
But
great point. That's a
I
great
don't.
point.
I don't think Roman will get pinned. I don't think he'll get pinned. Like I don't know. There's really so many factors. It's interesting. I'm glad that they ended Raw the way they did to sprinkle like what is going to happen. Like, are they going to pull the trigger on these guys for real? Because if they lose, it's not like they're done forever. But I don't want to wait till War Games for them to get this W back, for them to mess it up. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm going to go with Roman and Jay. I don't know. My gut says Roman and Jay.
You know, it all ties back to Rollins. I think with how things have played out, it's pretty clear that the original plan was some combination of Reigns versus Rollins and then Bronson and Braun versus Penta and LA Knight, like something like that, because Penta and LA Knight just completely disappeared after this Rollins injury. So clearly they were going to be in some, whether it was a 6 man or a singles and a tag team, whatever. But I will give credit. They had the pivot of this tag match, and it felt at first like this is just the obvious pivot. They sold this match fantastic in such a short time frame, and that was like the biggest critique I had with how little time they had. It came to bite them in the back because Rollins gets hurt, and now you have to sell this brand new match in 2 weeks that is essentially a brand new story. They crushed it for 2 weeks of build for this match. I think that shouldn't go overlooked because people were shitting on this, of course, because that's what they do.
You know, I do got to add to the fallout from Monday Night Raw that I want this to happen, and I do think it's going to happen. Jay and Roman got beaten down. I want them showing up with the tape around the ribs at SummerSlam. You know, I want them being battered, whether they end up winning or losing the match. But I think that's another leg up to having like Roman potentially lose a match as he's going in, maybe a small step down, maybe he's a little beat up, a little battered. You know, Jay and Roman are the two of the Roman especially, but Jay over the last like couple months, last year or so, two of the biggest names in wrestling in a long damn time. They can win any given match, but I just don't. What do you do with Braun and Bronson if one of them takes the pin? Like, what is next? I don't see much of a. How do they recover from that? I know it's Roman again, but like,
I feel like Bronson could take a pin. To be honest, I feel like Bronson could take a pin.
He would be the one to take the pin.
Breaker
Yes,
can't,
yeah.
and he won't. But I feel like Bronson could take a pin and walk away the next night on Raw, tsunamiing somebody 50 times, and he's back to being a monster. I feel like genuinely, I feel like it would be that easy. That's why I'm so conflicted as to who will win.
So here's a question. Again, this isn't a part of the tiebreakers or anything, but NXT ended on a cliffhanger, and it was quite interesting. It ended with Tony D, Soprano style, cut into black, and people speculated it's either the death of his character or he's getting called up. And other people were speculating if Rollins is out for a while, they've mentioned adding a guy to this Rollins faction. And you're not going to add someone that's so big that it would fill Rollins' spot, and then you're doing the whole battle for power. Tony D might actually be like the perfect, if he kind of chills back on the mob boss type character and is more of like a family type character. I could buy into Tony D being that extra guy. It just feels soon if they were to do it this quick.
I've been pretty firm on wanting this Seth, Heyman, Bron, and Bronson stable to stay those four. I don't think adding technically a fourth member is necessary by any means. And this is no shame on NXT. I think NXT is still pretty great TV. But with the way they book NXT, it might have been fucking Nunzio that's showing up for Tony D. You know, like it could be anybody. You know, I don't want to read too deep into it. I also am a big fan of Tony D, but I don't know if he would be my top pick to join the faction if you had to choose a name. I don't think he really fits the bill alongside Bron and Bronson. I don't even know. If you had to add a fourth, I don't know if I can come up with an immediate name. I don't think Tony D would be in my top five.
I really like the Tony D addition, but it would have to be a character change. Like it would have to be kind of falling in line to what Bronson and Bron are doing. It does help that Braun Breaker and Tony D are very close, it seems, outside of wrestling. And there's always posts of them fishing. They seem to be good buddies. I think he kind of fits the bill. If anyone were to get added, in my preference, they have to be a notch below Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Because if they come in and they're at like that level, or they're like the next big thing, like you already have that in both those guys. Like you need the guy who's going for the Intercontinental Championship. So when Seth comes back, Seth's got the world title, they got the tag titles, and this guy's got the US or IC, whatever. So to me, in that aspect, he fits in. Again, I think it's early. Like you said, for all we know, this could be like the start of TNA's invasion, and someone from fucking TNA shot him in the back of the head with the way NXT is. Like, it could be anything, but it is another aspect of what could happen in this story, let alone this match.
One thing I do want to say that as a request, if both Brons walk away with this win, I want Bronson Reed to take Jay's shoes off and take them back. Because I really want this to be a thing going forward, and I'm putting that out there. I thought that was awesome, and it's like such a disrespectful thing to do. So I think that would even if they destroy them or they just win them, like win clean, take his shoes off because he took Roman's already. So take Jay's, walk to the back, kind of build this, like maybe like make that a story too. Like they destroy these guys, but also they're taking their wrestling boots and shoes off too. So I don't know. It's a little random, but I really like that. I don't know, the vision of that. I was like, that's really cool. It's different. So
No, I can actually see him doing that and walking them straight up to Ryan and giving them to Ryan because Ryan is Jey Uso's biggest fan.
Yeah, man, I'll need those. I'll sleep with those. Those are my favorite. Yeet.
Well, actually,
man. It's just Us.
I want to add one more part that I meant to actually say. Again, my choice is Braun and Bronson, so I think they're going to win. If they do win, you got to put the Raw tag titles on them within the next month to 2 months maximum. Like mandatory, they have to be tag champions coming up.
Completely agree. We'll move on now to the
Actually, one more thing I do want to add to that match, though, for real. Yeet.
Just on your day one-ish, that's all.
Yeah, just Muse.
Yeah. Main event time. CM Punk, or assumed main event time. CM Punk versus Gunther. Now, we will get to one of our tiebreakers, which is about the man Seth Rollins that we were talking about earlier. But the World Heavyweight Championship, CM Punk goes after the champion, Gunther. As I mentioned, I wish we had a few more weeks of promos, but those 2 weeks of promos have me hook, line, and sinker. This is two of my favorites. This, to me, like I would be stunned if this match isn't at least the best match of the night, let alone the weekend. Man, I love CM Punk. Love, 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 love CM Punk. But wouldn't it be a fucking picture? The end of SummerSlam night one, the first ever 2-night SummerSlam, and standing over a beaten down CM Punk is Gunther, and still, like, just talk about stamping this guy as you can fucking do your dumbass, you tapped out chance. This motherfucker is still Thanos. You may have got him once, but he's back and better than ever. How else? how else can you end the show besides a potential cash in than having Gunther be the one to crush Punk's dreams again?
It's a very interesting matchup, and our eventual tiebreaker comes into play a lot here. So does it being the main event potentially. I will say that this, no matter of any potential returns or any potential winners, this is the main event. This has to main event. I understand it's Roman Reigns. I understand he's pairing up with Jay, whatever. The main event has to be Gunther versus CM Punk. There's no other choice here. You can have any other matches in any other order. Gunther, I mean, that's our guy. CM Punk's our guy, but Gunther is always and forever our guy. I completely agree with the assessment. And still, WWE World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. That is my pick. I do think Gunther retains. We'll get to the tiebreaker eventually, and then I'll have some more words to say.
Yeah, so I'm so amped about this match. I am so pumped about this match. I can just keep going on how excited I am as a wrestling fan to watch this live on Saturday night. The pick I'm going to go for, I know we're huge Gunther fans. I am going to go with our man, CM Punk. I think he is going to win, but it's because of a certain thing that we're going to be talking about soon.
I am also going to go with CM Punk to win this match.
Well, Pat is going with CM Punk and Kevin is going with Gunther. We'll have more to talk about this match, but we are a clean 50-50 split between Gunther and CM Punk. This card, like, the more I think about it, this is going to be like the ultimate hindsight. It happens and it's like, oh, yeah, God, that was so obvious that was going to happen, whatever. This, to me, living in the moment, a lot of these matches feel like 50-50. And I really hope that I don't have that change in feel after the show where I'm like, oh, it was obvious Bronson Reed and Brown Breaker were going. But no, it's not. It's 50-50. It's fucking Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. Like, they very well can win.
It's absolutely not. I don't think really any of these I would classify as obvious picks.
Besides Orton and Jelly Roll. That's like the only one that I'm like,
Yeah.
I'd be stunned if Orton and Jelly Roll didn't win.
Isn't it crazy? This is a complete side note I was just thinking about during that last Punk thing. Almost 15 years ago was Punk versus Cena at SummerSlam. Like, that's so crazy. And it's like just completely different roles reversed for Punk and Gunther this time. Like, it's so crazy that Punk is just in a completely different position now than he was. Like, when I think of CM Punk, I still think of that Punk. I still think of 2011, 2012, like that Punk. So it's just interesting now that that's not even close to the case. Like, Gunther is the CM Punk from then, and Cena is like, or excuse me, Punk is the Cena. Like, anyway, if you're catching that comparison.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about the match in another aspect, but I want to finalize this part of the conversation about Gunther. I know he beat Randy Orton and he got that second win to solidify it because the first one was a little wonky. But this beating 60-year-old Goldberg, yes, it is a feather in his cap. It is another head for the totem pole. Beating Punk straight up puts Gunther in that next level where it's like, you can't argue. He beat CM Punk in the main event of SummerSlam, whether you want to accept it or not. Like, he's up there. We all look at him like this, but other people still have their reservations because of the loss to Jey Uso. If he beats Punk in the main event and SummerSlam ends, Gunther beats Punk, and still Cody, Cena, Punk, Roman, Rollins, Gunther, they're in the same category. This guy isn't one notch below him. So to me, this is like the perfect way to solidify that and knock that nonsense off of people who try to discredit the absolute GOAT in front of them. But we'll go on to the next day. Actually, no, we'll do the tiebreakers for Saturday since we have 3 for Saturday, 5 for Sunday. So tiebreaker number 1, we'll segue into it. Seth Rollins, does he cash in? This is where your pick may lie in this answer on what you think. I think Gunther's going to retain. There is a world where Gunther does roll them up or whatever, and Rollins comes out after. I doubt it. It's not impossible. I doubt it. I don't think we get Rollins yet. I think even if the injury isn't as serious or whatever, because it does feel a little fishy these last few weeks, I think it's just not yet. It's just not yet. I would feel it's so much stronger if Punk lost to Gunther and then built himself back up a few more weeks and then got Gunther again. And it seemed like, all right, he's got him in the rematch. Like Jay, he failed a few times, but he gets him in the rematch. And that's when they have Rollins steal the title before Punk can win it. So I'm going to go no cash in here. Snowden.
It's a tough one. This is the decision of Gunther winning definitely hedges on this as well. The Rollins injury or lack of injury, there to speak, real time Saturday night's main event, he's injured. He looked hurt to me. Looked like he hurt himself. He's done it on that exact move. He's injured the knee before. Seems very legit. Sounds legit. It being a few weeks after the fact, and there is no, he's out 3 months, he's out 4 months, he's out 6 months. There's no timetable. He's out indefinitely. It was only a few weeks ago, wasn't it, that Heyman had a plan B right before the injury? There's a lot of things that make it a little suspect. I chose Gunther. So you would think that I say Rollins doesn't cash in. Part of me wants to hedge my bets here and choose the cash, and I'm not going to lie. But we ride strong with Gunther. I'm going to go with Rollins doesn't cash in. Part of me says no as well because Punk would have to win, I think, for Rollins to cash in. And I don't think Punk's going to win. If Rollins cashes in during the match or after the match on a Gunther, he's shooting with Gunther. He's not shooting with Punk. I don't predict Punk winning. It could happen. Don't get me wrong. Again, it is very skeptical right now, but I'm going no cash-in.
Alec?
Oh, I've been waiting for this all day. Waiting for this moment. I'm going for the cash in here. I think they're setting up a heist of the century. And this goes back to what we discussed in the beginning in regards of they really got to make up for the WrestleMania that we witnessed a couple months ago. So if this is the main event, as it should be, because again, it's not official. If it is the main event, it's going to heighten my chances in regards. I really do think a cash in is going to happen because, like Snowden said, and like as we all know, it's so weird that there's no diagnosis out there in regards to just any time frame at all. So that's the one thing that's like very alarming because it's like, how is there not like a surgery? Like he went on the one sports show. I
Rich
forgot.
Eisen's show.
Yeah, Rich Eisen, yeah. And talked about, yeah, it's pretty serious, but very vague about it. It was just, oh, it's swollen. We can't really do anything about it at this moment. And then there's pictures of him that they made sure they posted, like walking on crutches with his daughter outside. But again, very limited, just one picture. But then it's like very limited stuff where we don't have enough information. And this day and age in wrestling, there's information that leaks every time in regards of injuries specifically. And then nothing is being leaked. And watching Dodo be unreal today, finally finishing the series, Triple H talked about specifically, I don't know if you guys watched this yet, but they talked about the whole Cena heel turn and the whole plan behind that and how it was only between 5 people and no one knew. No production knew about this. No superstars knew about it. It was very hush hush and it was only between the 5 people between the phone calls. I think this is going to be another situation that they're going to hush hush and not tell anybody about it. Like Becky obviously probably would know about this. But besides that, I think they're setting up I'm getting so excited about it because I really am believing in this, that this is going to happen. And if it doesn't, I'll be bummed, but it is what it is. But I really do think they're setting up a heist of the century 2 for the first ever SummerSlam 2 nights to really make this a big, huge deal.
Alex on his Sami Zayn documentary, insight, like I found this, I got this file.
Yo,
This.
literally.
Like, you're dug deep in it. You sold me on it a little bit, but I don't know. I'm skeptical. It's all just fishy.
Well, let me ask before we get to Ryan, Kevin, and Pat's picks. Have they ever like kayfabe done an injury angle like this? Like,
I'm saying.
really, to this extent? Like, has there ever been a true, like, fake injury to this stature before?
Yeah.
We have all spitballed the idea in the past
Kevin
at some
Nash
point, I'm
coming
sure.
out
Out of the wheelchair. Yeah.
They faked this to the point where they had them pretend. Okay, let's say it's fake. Pretend to communicate to LA Knight to hit the finisher and get pinned. Like, that would be how deep this, this work would go if it's a work. That's what's so interesting to me, and I do think Rollins catches it.
Let's go.
You know what's hilarious too? We just have to mention how so many people complain. For a fact, say this all was a plan. This was all a part of the plan. For a fact, people, a specific fan base, is going to immediately bitch online. It's going to be the greatest thing. It's going to be all awesome. We all got duped. It's this big thing. And they're all going to be like, but you used LA Knight to do it and kept them off SummerSlam all for this? It will never be good enough.
Yeah, I did. And I'll do it again.
That is literally, I like LA Knight, but that is exactly what's going to happen with his fans. They're going to be like, he was just a pawn in all of this. You just wasted him and we didn't get him on SummerSlam. I love LA Knight. But if this was all a ploy, that fan base, it's going to be, let me tell you, mute, 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 mute. My thumbs are going to be active on Twitter.
No, with the I could see a Rollins cash in too. Even if Punk does it, I could see it during the match. I could see Punk like third GTS in a row, exhausted, on his knees. It seems like it's about to happen. Burn it down. And I could see the night ending with a maniacal Rollins laugh with the title in his hand. Like,
And yeah,
that. Oh my god! That's what I've seen since the injury angle is Rollins just cracking up like, I fooled all you clowns. You clowns! I fooled all of you. It doesn't make sense. Why would you I don't know. Why would you purposely lose the match to LA Knight? But anyway, you know what I'm saying. Like it.
Paul Heyman's plan B. Don't let the opposing picks fool you. I want it to happen. I want the heist of the century too.
It'd be so crazy.
I want the moment, all of it. It would go down in history books. I hope they pull through, and I hope that is the case.
Yes.
Actually, what I want the cash in to happen, and then Gunther just stacks them up and pins both of them.
They got the Clash in Paris too creeping up, bro. That's not far away. They could very well do a cash in there. That's an international show. They'll go insane. It doesn't need to be right now. So there's so many things at play.
And Survivor Series, it's in a stadium.
What if he cashes in during War Games, bro?
Yeah, not impossible.
Some crazy. I don't know, something crazy.
So Pat has Seth Rollins cashing in, and Kevin does also have him cashing in, but he has Gunther winning.
Yes.
He's hedging his bets.
So he's
that might be the move. That might be the play. I almost did.
It really might. It might be, playing with house money, hedge your bets.
I don't think that was a plan. All right, I don't think he planned that one. I can't lie. I think he'll tell you straight up that was not a strategy.
Kevin's got Rollins cashing in during Cena Cody night 2.
I mean, hey, it would count.
What a swerve that would be, bro. Him walking out with that title. That would be crazy.
It would count. Real quick, the other tiebreakers. Night 1 opener. Kevin has Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Pat has Roman and Jay versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Yes. Let me scroll back up, have Jade versus Tiffy opening the show. What do you guys have?
I'm locking in. I'm agreeing with Pat. Roman and Jay taking on Bron and Bronson. If Roman ain't closing the show, he ain't going on in the middle of the show. It's either co-main event or he's opening the show. I'm going to go have him open.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I like that a lot, too. I'm going to go with Roman and Jay and the Bronze opening up the show to start off the crowd. I think that's a great idea in regards of just booking. If he's not closing the show, definitely have him open the show.
Becky's not on this night?
No, she's on night 2.
All right. Damn.
You got Tiffany versus Jade, Orton and Jelly Roll. The Judgment Day versus Flair and Bliss, Zayn versus Kross, tag match, and then Gunther Punk.
I'm gonna go with the women's tag. I'm gonna go with the women's tag.
Interesting. I think
I don't
that's
know.
incredibly bold.
Actually, no,
I
I
think the
actually
women are
thought that
gonna
was my second
start
best.
like one of the nights. That's why I'm
Yes,
picking
that's
that, and I'm
fine.
gonna pick Becky for night two. That's the only. I really don't know. That's my only reasoning.
Yeah,
Hmm.
tipping my pick, but I also have Becky for night two. Um, I think they've been kind of rolling with, as annoying as it sounds, they push the it's two main events, it's three main events, whatever.
Yeah,
So that kind of makes me feel we get, and again, since I have Roman and Jay winning, that can be the co-main event. And since they're winning, it's not some crazy moment where you do it right before the main event. So that again is one of those where like everything has to play out correctly for me to be right on all of these picks, where if one thing is wrong, it could kind of fuck up everything. But that was where my head was at. And lastly, for night one, does the barricade break? I went with yes. It broke on Raw. I think it breaks, but I think it breaks with Braun Breaker missing a spear going through it.
I couldn't
yeah.
agree more. Yeah, I mean that.
Yeah,
Are we?
same.
Where
It's literally the same exact pick. So I was literally gonna retweet Chris. That is exactly how I see the barricade breaking. A Braun
Yes.
Breaker miss spear.
Are we running with the idea though that if it breaks on night two, it counts? It's not a night one only because it is a street fight. Cody Cena, correct? You know, there's a street fight with the women
Yeah,
essentially.
let's
Yeah,
let's decide right here. Pat and Kevin aren't here to argue. Do we want to just stamp this for only night
both
one,
nights.
or do we want to stamp it for both nights?
Someone's going through a barricade. If
Yeah.
not Saturday, it's definitely Sunday. Like
So
Cody's
let's
running Cena through a
Yeah.
barricade or
so
something.
let's
You know
just
what I
do
mean?
it Saturday then to
All
make
right,
it
let's
less
run it for one
odds.
night. Yeah.
I'm down for Saturday. I just hope that Pat and Kevin also interpreted it that way.
They both picked yes, so there's a good chance we all have yes, and it doesn't matter anyway.
I have yes.
Alec,
Yeah, I'll go.
All
Yeah,
right, yeah,
so
whatever.
we all have yes, so it doesn't matter anyway.
All
yeah.
right, they're not going to leave the cell though.
No, no way. No, they're not out yet. They're not out.
They're
They're
not
not out.
out.
All right, we'll move on to night two, Sunday. It always messes me up that they don't call it night one, night two. They call it Saturday, Sunday, but typical WWE. We'll start things off with the tag team TLC, the first ever six-way tag team TLC match. This one, like Snowden said, it might be a little wonky. I mentioned in my SmackDown recap, this is one where like we're fully reliant on the TV crew. They got to let us know where we need to be paying attention because there's going to be so many people that we need to just see whoever's on the camera. Okay, that's what we're supposed to be paying attention to. I actually, oddly enough, I could see like five of these six teams winning, and that is strictly because of the SmackDown Tag Team division. I'm looking at this pick that I made, and I don't love it. It feels chalky. I'm gonna go Andrade and Ray Phoenix.
Wow.
It just to me, there's been so much in this tag team division that they're the only one that every matchup is fresh for them. All the other ones, there's some aspect of some opponent that isn't fresh. So maybe this is me just playing the numbers and thinking, well, if DIY wins, they've already feuded with every single team, whatever. I'm going with Andrade and Ray Phoenix, but I don't love it.
This is an interesting one. I guess there is an avenue for all sorts of teams to win here, but I don't think they would have put the titles on the Wyatt Six, 2, 3 weeks ago, just to have them drop the titles. I think Wyatt Six retains here, and I do think it's going to be a great match. Again, it's a lot of bodies. There's going to be a lot of people in that ring. It's going to be that type of ladder match, that type of TLC where one spot is going to take a guy out for the entire match. You know, he'll be sitting on the outside. You know, we might not get a whole lot of one or two people. Andrade and Ray would have probably been my next choice, but I see them being the team to feud with the Wyatt Six kind of post SummerSlam. I'm locking in on Wyatt Six.
Yeah, man, I'm going back and forth with between the Wyatt Six and Axiom, to be honest. I think the safe bet, like Snowden said, just to only have them have the titles for 3 weeks and to really solidify the Wyatt Six because they disappeared for a long time after they debuted, which really like ruined their like seriousness as a group in a way. Um, and I feel like it would kind of do the same thing. Like, let's say they lose, it would kind of be like, now what? Like, yeah, I know it's a six, 12 people in the match. That's fine, like to have them lose this way, but it's still like we got to try to take this group, not even just the tag team, this group serious. Because if not, then what else is going to happen? Because like Nikki Cross isn't really doing anything, and Eric Rowan, not really doing much either. So it's like I don't know. I'm just going to stick with the Wyatt six here. I think it's the safe answer. I'm not like I said, like what Chris said. I don't love it because I really could see a lot of teams win here. But I'm not like very confident on this answer.
Yeah, I agree honestly with all of you guys. I definitely agree with the Wyatt six. Losing it so quick that is, I don't know. I also feel like it's like, oh, here you go. We know we're doing this tag match or this big ladder match at SummerSlam, so we can give a Wyatt six a little quick tag run and sneak it in there. It's almost like a sneaky little accolade. I also think it's ridiculous if they don't win. They have 5 people in their group. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're wasting your time if you didn't. Like, what are we doing? What do we do? It's a ladder, like just run in there and knock everybody else out. I'm gonna go with Chris's pick though. Honestly, I like that pick a lot. I like that they cut a promo recently. Maybe it was like a backstage segment. I saw it on social media. I didn't even see it on. That was like, I really liked that. And it almost gave me a little bit of hope that they're doing something. And like, as soon as you mentioned that, like I like that pick too. So I'm plagiarizing your pick. I'm going with Andrade and Fenix.
Well, this is another one that we're split 50-50 across the board because Pat also has Andrade and Rey Fenix, while Kevin has the Wyatt six. I want to bring up a counter argument, 2 counter arguments to your Wyatt six pick. I want to gauge your guys on this, gauge Goldberg on this. 2 things that steered me away from the Wyatt six. One, if they were to lose the titles, this is the way for them to lose the titles and not be pinned, not be submitted. Someone else grabs the titles. The Wyatt six, it doesn't hurt them. They're not taking a loss in a sense. The counter as well, there's 5 other teams. That's 10 people. I can very well see all 10 of them ganging up on the Wyatt six to stop them from winning the title or retaining the titles. And they run with it took all 5 teams to stop the Wyatt six from retaining the titles, where they had that brief moment of taking out and evening the odds. And that plays into they drop the titles and they can feud with these other teams where you can keep them strong. And yes, it would just be a short title reign, but you would have literally 10 people banding together and they're not getting pinned or submitted. So that's kind of where my head was at on why I think they're going to lose.
It's an interesting point. It's almost a little bit like Steiner math with there being 5 of their teams, but I almost look at it in the opposite sense of I can see the match starting like that. Like, yeah, they all gang up, take out the Wyatt six, this, that, whatever. To Ryan's point, Howdy, Rowan, and Nikki Cross should be right there sitting in the chair. Just go grab the belts. It's a no DQ match. Doesn't matter. But I can see the world where they all gang up on the Wyatt six. But the 5 teams have been feuding. The Wyatt six are kind of like the outliers in this 6-team feud. There hasn't been any backstage segments with the Wyatt six. It's all been DIY, the Guns, Fraxiom, Profits, so on, all going at one another. Do they all take out the Wyatt six early on and then DIY and the Guns take each other out in the TLC match? They start going head to head, and then now there's only 4 teams really in contention. I can kind of see it playing out like that. The 5 teams are so at odds of one another. They've all costed each other title shots at this point too. I think they're going to all cost each other again, and the Wyatt six are going to retain.
In a weird way, this might end up being like the same exact story TNA is telling. This might be that it turns into the Wyatt six retains, and the 5 teams are trying to figure out how to take the titles off the Wyatt six, and because that's all those teams have cared about is those titles. This might be the same exact story that TNA is running with NXT's holding their 2 titles, and they're all trying to figure out how the hell do we get the titles away from them. But I want to be the one, not you. I want to be the one. Like, in a weird way, there's similarities in that aspect. But I don't think they're going to win, so fuck you. Uh, we'll move on to our next match, the women's world title triple threat. Naomi, her first title defense against Rhea Ripley and against Io Sky. I don't want to say I'd be shocked if Naomi lost, but I'd kind of be shocked if Naomi lost. I'm going to
Yeah,
go with Naomi.
I'm going to back it up quickly and say that I do think there's a better likelihood that Logan Paul knocks out and pins Jelly Roll than Naomi losing this match. Naomi's my pick. She retains.
Yeah, same here. I'm going with Naomi here.
I would be pretty shocked. I would be pretty shocked if she loses. I also think she's been doing a great job. I think she's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd actually be a mistake.
It'd
Like-
be a disservice to some
That's a better word.
something that's completely new, not completely new in the women's division, but something that's definitely has momentum. They'd be stupid to just cut it short right now.
This is one of those where like the Twitter fans would melt the place to the ground, and to a point, rightfully
They'd
so
be
on this
justified.
one.
Yeah, they'd be right. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Pat has Naomi.
Okay.
Kevin's got Rhea Ripley, and Twitter will melt if I mean, look, we all.
It's
love
crazy because
Rhea.
that's not like the craziest pick
It's
of all
not.
time. Like that could totally happen. But
She's getting these mega reactions. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't be even slightly surprised if they just gave the title back to Rhea. I don't think they will.
God,
And
that'd be
if they
so
did,
funny.
it would be like, to me, it'd be the wrong move. But she's still like.
Right. She's
still
like the Orton of the women. Like she
Yeah, I was
can
about to say,
always
she's-
just win.
She's
Like
still like the Cody,
Yeah.
of the women. Like she's still the face of the women's division. Like she still has a bigger than 33% chance. There's your Steiner math.
and if we're being honest, no shade on Naomi because she has been great. We all acknowledge that. But the money match, Rhea versus Stephanie Clash in Paris. I mean, there's some merit to that. I think they're holding off on that, though. That's more a Mania match, if you ask me. But I wouldn't blame them if they want to pull the trigger on it.
That could fucking main event Clash of
Mm.
Paris.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like that is not far fetched of being the main event. But 5 of us on Naomi returning, Kevin on and new Rhea Ripley. We'll move on to Ryan's match of the weekend. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. A falls count anywhere, no disqualification match. We do have a tiebreaker that goes into a couple of these matches. Actually, these first 3 matches. We'll get to that in a second. I've got Becky Lynch retaining here. And so does Pat. I like Lyra having the stipulation where if she loses, she doesn't get a title shot again. Makes me okay. I'd be shocked if Lyra didn't win. But it's fucking WWE. And does that really mean anything? Like in 5 years from now, are they really going to be holding on to that? They so easily will just do a, if Lyra wins, she gets her chance again or whatever. So that
To
I
that
didn't buy
point.
too much into that being like the end all be all of why Lyra will win.
Wasn't it made a point on Monday Night Raw that it's while Becky is champion, Lyra no longer gets the title shot?
Oh,
I
I mean
believe-
that even adds more.
That
to-
yeah, exactly. I believe it was made a point that it's while Becky is champion. If it wasn't, I would maybe lean a little bit more Lyra here. I'm interested to see if there's anybody getting in the mix. We'll get to some tiebreakers. I'll go Becky.
Yeah, I've got Becky.
Oh, this is tough.
This is a coin flip, another one. This is kind of.
Oh yeah, Is
I
it?
don't think so.
I think this could go either way. I do think there's.
My
If
coin's
any of you
double-sided.
were to combat with Lyra,
Well, it's not a who you want; it's a who you think.
yeah, but I can
Nah,
see
nah,
the
nah,
reasoning
nah,
for
nah,
Lyra
nah,
too.
nah, nah,
I
nah,
can
nah.
see the reasoning for Lyra.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think
No.
I'm gonna go with Becky here. I think Lyra's gonna start getting into that probably maybe main title picture soon. I think they've really properly like built her up into, you know, getting into the next level. Becky doesn't need, I think they're gonna use Becky to like really like solidify this title because she is a big name. I know Ryan might not want to hear that, but Becky is a big name in regards to properly maybe building this title up for a few more months. I don't know who will take it away from her. Maybe a Bailey. I don't know, but I'm just gonna go with Becky here as the retain here.
Hell yeah. I love that you said Bailey will beat Becky. That's awesome. I love that. That's good. If somehow we can end SummerSlam with Bailey beating Becky, that would be awesome. I actually don't. I just think this story is really bad too. Like unbiased. Like I think this is so like everything about this has been so boring. I don't know. I just have not liked it. I'm not picking Becky. I'm not picking Becky.
Uh, Kevin has Lyra winning as well.
So I want to back up the idea that Lyra might win this with the thought that under this Triple H regime, LA Knight, quick loss, quick win on that US title. Braun Breaker, two-time IC champion. That's been happening a lot. Some of these people kind of collecting the accolades again. Not really one-time long-run champions. A lot of these superstars are getting 2 to 3 runs with these belts sometimes. I can see them running that same wave with Lyra, and she ends up losing the title rather quickly, but having a second IC title run under her belt.
All right, we'll move away because I know Ryan just, if we let him go, he'll go all night about.
I know. I'm fucking ecstatic over here with that.
We'll move on to the other Intercontinental Championship match, AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio. One that I've enjoyed the build. Like to me, this is, Alec Snowden. We talk about this plenty. The quote from Chris Van Vliet: "Wrestling's a buffet. Not everything's for you." And the build of this has been kind of goofy, and I've enjoyed it. Styles is my favorite of all time, so he could be fucking actually mopping the floors every single week, and I'd still say it's fantastic. That being said, though, Pat has AJ winning. Kevin has Dom winning. I have Dom winning.
Interesting. I'm going to back up the AJ win. I think it's, again, the idea of maybe a slow potential Judgment Day downfall. They all have gold. Who's going to be the first one to kind of lose the gold, take away a little bit of that claim to Judgment Day, gold member? I think Dom might be that one that gives Finn a little bit of an edge in the Judgment Day. And AJ Styles, I mean, he's only got so much left. He better get another, not only Intercontinental title run, but another world title run before he's done. I want that strap around AJ.
Yeah, I'm gonna go AJ here. I thought it was gonna be Dom, but I'm leaning more towards they still are really with this Finn Dom storyline, and I think that's gonna play a role on Sunday in some way or form, which is maybe Finn maybe distracting him by accident and costing him the title by like distracting him, and then AJ hits like a phenomenal forearm. I don't see this being like a clean AJ win or like just him hitting the Styles Clash and then 1, 2, 3. I think it's going to be some sort of Judgment Day distraction costing Dom the title, and then that's going to carry over to Monday Night Raw. So I'm going to go AJ Styles winning the title here.
Same here, man. I feel like it's as much as I feel like it has to do with Dom's momentum. It's like, bro, we got to do something with Styles at some point, bro. We got to do something of value with substance to Styles. I feel like it has more to do with that for me. So I'm going with Styles with the title.
Yeah, as you guys are all talking, I'm like, well, it doesn't really make sense that I have Charlotte and Alexa winning and Dom winning. You'd think that Judgment Day will either all hold the gold or both lose, but whatever. Maybe that's the hedge for me. We'll get to the main event now. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Street fight. The rematch of WrestleMania 41. I wouldn't be shocked if Cena won. It kind of falls into a few weeks ago. I would have been like, all right, clearly the story is Cena is going to leave with the title. Who's going to be the one to stop him? It doesn't feel like that at all recently. Like the whole date countdown, it feels like they poured a bucket of water on that. I mean, Cena not being on shows also adds to that. I think Cody's gonna win. Um, I would be shocked if Cena won, but I would have more of an inkling that Cena was gonna retain if they were heavily pushing the John Cena's leaving with the championship, not the John Cena, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about this match. I need time off. And Cody saying, I want the old Cena back. Like, to me, that promo from Cody, this match is going one way and one way only. Cody's beating Cena, and Cena's getting the look in the mirror type thing. Like, I need to go back to the old Cena. And it leads to the eventual Cena face turn again. I've got Cody winning.
This is a very interesting one. It's a tough choice, to be honest. I can see them riding the Cena title run out until the end of December. Cena might leave with the title. Honestly, who knows? There's only so many names that would take the title off Cena. Cody, probably the most prominent name. Maybe there's a world where Gunther is not world heavyweight champion and he's the guy. That's kind of far-fetched considering he's world heavyweight champion right now. It's hard to kind of envision it. They're not going to have just anybody beat Cena. I'm going to go Cody as well here, though. I think the idea is that Cody will win the championship at SummerSlam. I don't know if this was the plan from the beginning. I think the plan might have been for Cena to ride it out, but plans have changed. But I see that happening, and then Cena getting an 18th shot. I don't think he wins, but I can still see his final match being the trilogy. We've said this plenty of times, Ryan. They fucking love trilogies. So cement that in. I think that will happen. I think Cody wins. I also think it opens up the opportunity for Cena. Maybe he has 5 matches left after SummerSlam. Those are climb the ladder matches. That's where you can get the Cena versus Carmelo Hayes, the Cena versus this guy, the Cena versus this guy, LA Knight, whoever, to get that title shot again against Cody in December.
Yeah, I want to say it's obvious, but I feel like it's like almost obvious that Cody's going to take the title here off of Cena. I haven't really been a big opponent in regards of this build-up. I feel like this build-up has been pretty like lackluster, just like their Mania match. I think this match is going to be a lot better. I do have high expectations regarding the overall match itself. But I just felt like the build-up was just not, it didn't hit. I think they're just basing it off just from their names, which they can. But I wanted a little more from it, especially, I know Cena has been away promoting for his new, the new show coming out. Um, so like totally understandable. But again, like this is going to be the main event of the first ever SummerSlam 2 nights. I feel like they should have done a little more off of it. And what Chris said too, like the reasoning behind everything too, is like the whole countdown. Um, yeah, I think Cody's going to win here. And he should win here, to be honest. So that's my pick.
Yeah, Chris, I'm glad you brought up that point that they kind of the point that Cena made from the beginning, which, like it or not, I'm going home with this title. The history of this title is going home with me. The title that Bruno Sammartino held, I was like, that's such a hard line. That's so good. Walking home like this company, this is mine. I'm going home with that. You guys can do whatever when I'm gone. They haven't even mentioned that. That's not even a thing anymore. That's no longer a thing. The coolest part of this dog shit story hasn't been mentioned at all. But yeah, I don't know. I guess Cody needs to win this match. I feel like they're just vibing it out with Cena's whole story. The whole Cena title run, it's just vibes. They're just like, oh, whatever feels good. The whole Punk buildup, it's just Cena Punk nostalgia segments. Same with Orton. It's the whole thing has been just they're vibing it out, and it works to an extent. Like you can get it to work. Like, oh, Punk cuts the cool promo and Cena cuts the pipe bomb. Like those things work. But are we going to do that until December? Are we really going to do that until December? Because it feels like there's no plan, really. Unless this is a real, okay, this is the plan. Cody's going to win the title, and then the rest of the year, Cena is actually going to finish his year doing whatever. Like, I don't know. It's just, it feels like there's no real plan with Cena. So we just got to cut that cord and then do whatever the rest of the year without the restrictions of having this title on him.
I don't know. We did it. We did the 17th run. Hooray! Done. We can do. Let's do everything else that he shouldn't been doing this whole time, in my opinion.
Look, hindsight's 2020. I would guess if they had the chance to restart the year, I think they do a lot of things differently. And I don't even know if they would turn Cena heel. Yeah, it was this massive moment. I think they would do a lot of things differently. And I think right now it's like more clear than ever with how this build for this rematch has gone that they're kind of like, we've pivoted a bunch. This isn't, who knows? Look, if this was the plan all along, how it's gone, that's probably worse. I would almost hope that they were like, all right, we're kind of bouncing around here. We fuck some things up here. Some things feel rushed. I would guess if they had the chance to do it all over again, they would do it all over again. But Kevin and Pat also have Cody Rhodes winning the title back. We'll quickly go through the tiebreakers. Double turn. I've got no.
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 Ryan?
Nah, it just seems like it's just too. It's too hard to be like that cut and dry. I just don't think it'll be that cut and dry.
I want to specify that it's not yet.
Exactly.
I think the double turn does happen, but it happens in that third match. That heel turn, the Cena heel turn, at the moment, the biggest thing of all time. In hindsight, like you said, 2020, not great. How do you get people to kind of maybe not remember it, but remember something different? The only thing bigger is turning Cody heel, but I don't think it's now. I think Cody turns heel in December.
Kevin and Pat also have no on the double turn. What opens the show? I've got Becky and Lyra, or opens night to Sunday. Ryan, I believe you said Becky and Lyra.
Yeah. I'm also gonna go.
Snowden.
Naomi, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Same. That's what I'm going to go.
That is also what Pat has, and Kevin has Dom versus AJ opening night 2. You guys
Good one.
mentioned the women's triple threat. Who do you have being pinned in that match? I have Io Sky. Pat has Io Sky, and Kevin has Naomi.
I got Rhea Ripley.
Oof.
Bold.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I'll double down on that, Snowden. I'm going to go Rhea Ripley too. I
I
like
got
that
my
a lot.
reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was gonna go with Rhea because I didn't think anybody was gonna pick Rhea. But I do kind of think it would be a big moment, though. And like you can lose in a triple threat. Who cares? Who cares?
I think Io is so strong right now that they're gonna kind of ride the Io momentum, and Rhea can't be face forever. She's got to take some L's sooner or later because I'm not of this internet culture. I think she's still great, but they got to switch it up with her a little bit sooner or later. And I think there's a stepping stone by having her maybe take some pinfalls.
Will Bailey interfere in Lyra versus Becky Lynch? I have yes. Pat has no. Kevin, excuse me, has yes. What I am thinking about, there is a chance she attacks Lyra like right before the match, or end up taking her place, whatever, which would not count as her interfering. That bell has to ring, and then the interference has to happen. So I think it will be during the match that she interferes. What do you guys think?
She interferes. I agree.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's no DQ.
I don't know why. I don't know. I didn't even think about that until you guys brought it up.
And then finally, what seemed to be the most interesting, but maybe not since we're split 50-50. Who will be the one to take down the titles? A half a point per title in case both members of the team take down the championship. I have Andrade. Pat has Dexter Loomis. And Kevin also has Joe Gacy.
I'm doubling up with Pat, Dexter Loomis.
I'm going to go Dexter Loomis too.
I'll make it interesting, Chris. I'll go with Ray Fenix.
I've just now noticed Pat has hedged because he's got Andrade and Phoenix winning, but he's got Dexter Loomis grabbing the titles.
He got away with it. He got away with it, this motherfucker.
As we're going through, I'm like, wait a second. I thought we were split 50-50 on this match.
Well, didn't Kevin hedge then? Because Kevin has Gacy pulling the belts, but then he would have.
But Kevin's got the Wyatts winning.
Yep.
Okay, so me, Kevin, Alec
have the Wyatts.
Have the Wyatts.
Me, Pat,
okay, I see. Yeah.
Have Andrade and Fenix, but Pat. Hey, buddy. Look, sorry. You sent your pick, and that's official. As Adam Pearce would say, it is official. That's your hedge. So maybe he'll get a point either way or a half point. Who knows? But that wraps it up. SummerSlam preview and predictions. Saturday and Sunday. The most important outcome is who walks away with the C2 Wrestling Predictions Championship. My prediction, I ain't fucking winning. I was terrible at Mania. I'm going to fucking lose again.
Dude, a lot of people forget. I walked out the first ever Fab champion. A lot of people forget that I might have lost it the next night. But the history books don't lie.
That is true.
I mean, you are right. History books don't lie. I'm the current Fab champion, though. So, I mean.
Yeah, it didn't rig it either.
Yeah. Walked away Mania 41. That Fab championship. It's hanging on my wall.
Alec, any last trash talk?
Oh, I don't need to trash talk because I already know I'm gonna win. I was confident the way I was in the last time. All it beat me was by a few minutes from a tiebreaker.
Yeah, I'll give you that. We had to make up a new tiebreaker in the middle of it.
What's hilarious is
that was Alec W.
We haven't committed to one. The inaugural championship it's going women's title style. Two people are going to tie, and we didn't throw an extra tiebreaker in or whatever. And we're going to have, if that happens, I'm stamping it right here, Snowden. I don't care. I'm making it official. If somehow we have a tie, there will be no tiebreaker. The next PLE, they will go one-on-one to crown the true first ever C2 Wrestling or triple threat. Or
I was going to say, could be triple threat,
Yeah, if there's multiple ties, we're going again. A champion will be crowned. It will not be some extra tiebreaker. We want a for sure champion. We also want you to subscribe because if you don't, you're a fucking coward and you're a bitch. And that's just the only way to put it. I don't know. Just being honest with you.
Couldn't say it better myself.
I agree.
Fuck you.
Catch you guys next time.